Do this in a bit. Okay, so this is going to take a little while to do this. I think what we should do is we're running these back tests. We'll let them finish. Like these are, look at how good this is. This is incredible. Look at this. It's at 23%. It's only at October. Like these things are really good. I'm very interested to have these things run. I don't know if you guys agree with that or not.
I am. I'm. How do you create more accounts though, man? I'm freaking.
More accounts for what?
I mean, more paper money accounts because a pack only gives you two.
They give you three.
Oh, they give you three? Okay, I'm gonna try another
Yeah, so you
one.
create three. But what I do, I've like infinite of these things basically. In your email, like when you type out your email,
Hmm.
like for example, mine's like rob@lumiwealth.com, right? Like this is my email. You can go plus whatever you want here, right? So I
Right,
actually have
right.
a bunch like bot spot one and then bot spot two, bot spot three, right?
Oh, so you created for a new one under each email, a new account?
Yeah, yeah. So the thing is, I don't know if you know about this plus convention. Okay.
Uh,
Rob plus botspot4@lumiwealth.com will come to rob@lumiwealth.com. I don't have to make a new Gmail account,
oh, okay.
right? So I can sign up with Alpaca. It thinks that it's a new email,
Oh,
but
so you did
it's
an
not
alias,
actually a new
right?
email. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah. If you ask ChatGPT about this, it'll tell you how to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just saying, do you have to do all the same paperwork under your new account though?
No, no,
No.
because for just paper trading, you don't need to do anything. You just set a password and that's it.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
Right? Like it will ask you to go through everything and like deposit money and go through
Mm.
agreements and all that, but you only need to do that if you want live money,
Okay.
right? So if you're just doing paper accounts, you could basically stop like once you've filled in the email, password, and country, you send it off to them and then they give you a confirmation email. So and then you can log in and then they get you to do the 2FA thing, right? With like you know what I mean with the like
Yeah, I do think.
authenticator or whatever, right? And then once you're done that, you're in, and that's it. Now you have another three paper trading accounts.
Okay.
Yeah, what I've been thinking about lately is we have so many things to do, so this is not that high priority yet, but sometime soon, I want to actually negotiate with Alpaca because I know that this is technically possible with them, where we could basically just give you the paper trading accounts, right? But I just want to hear it from Alpaca that they're okay with us kind of, I wouldn't say abusing their system, but like doing something that is not intended for, right? And if I could find that out from them, then we can make it just, if you want a paper trading account, we just give you one and that's it. I think that's the ideal, right? This way
Yeah.
you don't have to go into
Yeah,
Alpaca.
that'd be cool because I got a lot of them and I'm just I don't know. It's just I want to do something else and so I'm
Yeah.
limited on my accounts.
Yeah. So right now you could do that through Alpaca.
Uh,
So you could just make more accounts with new emails. But we want to like that's still some friction. You have like every time you want another three, you have to make another one. It's kind of annoying.
yeah, it is.
Yeah, we'll eventually like fully automate that. We'll just do that internally, you know. But
That's
for
cool.
now,
That'd be good.
that's what we have to do. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. The Ray Dalio one's starting to fall a bit. This one
Mm.
for some reason failed. It's weird. But the Ray Dalio one is not doing as well. The Citadel one, though, Citadel's still chugging along. Look at this.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful. Maybe this is why Citadel does so well. This is incredible.
It looks to
Straight
be
up
doing
the
the
right.
best at all of them.
What was that?
It looks to be doing the best at all of them, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. It does. Yeah, it's definitely kicking Ray Dalio's butt right now.
Yeah.
It's Ray Dalio. But I would argue that this is actually not the best way to do Ray Dalio because if it's only buying one at a time, that's not the way that Ray Dalio would recommend to do this. Like Ray Dalio would
Mhm.
actually recommend to have a well-diversified portfolio. He would never recommend to go into one ETF at a time. So in some ways, this is not really what Ray Dalio would do.
Mm.
right? So it's called the Ray Dalio idea meritocracy, but I would probably change it a bit. And I think if it was actually following Ray Dalio's strategy, it would do a lot better. And I know that because we run the diversified leverage bot, and the diversified leverage bot just has done incredibly well over the past year. And that's very much in line with what Ray Dalio would recommend, you know? Cool. Okay. Let's see if these things responded back. Here's the AI trading team. All right. The short run should be a smoke test. Okay, so instead of this, can you tell me, um, actually, how you would improve BotSpot to kind of do the same things that you're doing here? Like you're doing this really, really well. Like, what are the things that you could do to teach BotSpot to behave more like you? In terms of the system prompt, in terms of skills and all that kind of stuff. Do your research around that. Take your time thinking it through and let me know how you would go about doing that. Because you're doing a phenomenal job here. And our agent was having some troubles, to say the least. How can we make it behave more like you? Please do that investigation. By the way, this Codex app is amazing. I don't know if you guys are using Codex in the command line, but I switched over to using this app and it's like been off the charts amazing. Okay, and then we'll run all, and then we'll do all these. Okay, please get this entire game plan done right now. Okay, we'll see if this gets any better. Um, actually, is it gonna do? Actually, hold on. Let's take a step back here. Um, actually, let's take a step back here for a second because I'm looking at the back test for the Ray Dalio one, and it's actually starting to go negative, right? And I think that kind of changes the game plan a bit. Our diversified leverage bot actually does extremely well. Um, so it makes me think that over the same time period, by the way, and I think the biggest problem with this Ray Dalio bot is you're right, it's not diversifying, right? Like it should have almost like a baseline diversified state and it just changed weightings. I think it should be something more like that. I think that would be more true to the Ray Dalio concept. And I almost feel like a variation of that could be giving it leveraged ETFs, allowing it to use double or triple leveraged ETFs. I think that would make more sense as a Ray Dalio strategy. So how would you go about doing that? This back test is very telling. It's already down December 18th, 2025. It's already down. Um, so I think we need to change how the Ray Dalio one works because the Citadel one's not having the same problem, and the Citadel one is more diversified. I think that's kind of the key here. So I think that changes our game plan. So how would we go about doing this? And then also, by the way, I think this test matrix is a little bit excessive. It's going to take such a long time to get through the whole thing. I think it should be just baseline what it's doing, and then try it with Fred and Alpaca turned on, Alpaca news turned on, right? It shouldn't be like try one and then try the other and then try both. Instead, let's just do it with both or without them, right? And that way we can shorten this test matrix a little bit. Okay, so what is your game plan around all of this, and what is the test matrix that you would do? And again, I really do think we need to improve this Ray Dalio strategy. Um, and I would almost say that should be the first thing we test is like, what if we change the Ray Dalio strategy to not just buy one at a time, but force the thing that Ray Dalio says all the time is getting it to diversify and whatever. So I think we should improve the system prompts there within those strategies from the recent revisions, because we had to fix the revisions for other reasons too. But yeah, how would you go about doing that for fixing the Ray Dalio strategy to be more in line with what he would actually say to do? And then I think we should also have a variation with like 2x leveraged ETFs or even 3x leveraged ETFs and see how that works out. I think those would be good variations of probably both actually a Citadel and Ray Dalio strategies. Should we tell them to use leveraged ETFs or not? Right? I think that would be interesting. Variations to test too, just from a prompting perspective. Because if they're doing this well with regular ETFs, imagine what they could do with leverage, right? And then yeah, and then extra data tools on or off is the way that I would approach it, right? And then anything else you could think of? What else would you do here? And what's the full game plan that you'd run and the full test matrix? I think that's going to work a lot better. What do you guys think? First of all, more diversified, and second of all, leverage, right?
Sound good, but see what it
I
does.
think right. I think that would probably work, right? Oh, and then just as a clarification around Ray Dalio, um, read about his like all-weather portfolio, right? And read about how like actually do the research of like what he would do, right? Because his all-weather portfolio, um, kind of wants to stay almost neutral in many situations. And then his other fund, I don't know what he owns there. You can actually even use the BotSpot MCP to look at the 13 or the 10F or 13F filings or whatever it's called for Ray Dalio's hedge funds, because that should be public information. And we could actually deduce from that like how he actually approaches this. Because if you search about him, like he tends to say diversify well, which means owning commodities, owning bonds, owning stocks, and all that kind of stuff. And he says a specific ratio, but I think in practice, his fund doesn't have that ratio permanently. I think they adjust the balances depending on market conditions, right? So I think we should do some research around that too, so that we're more true to Ray Dalio, right? And I think you got to do a lot of research around that. Okay, so please do that research and everything else, and then come back to me with a game plan of how you think we should approach this. What should we do? And then let me know if you have any other questions for me as well. Okay. All right, so let it go off and do this research. We're definitely past time right now. So how about this? I feel like we did some pretty interesting stuff here today. This is
Yeah.
definitely very eye-opening, to say the least. Look at this. This is incredible. Like this is November from June. That's almost 6 months, up 21%. What the hell? This thing's awesome. Um, so it's 11:20. What I'll do, either tonight or tomorrow, because I'm in New York. I gotta drive back early in the morning tomorrow. So I can't be up too late tonight. But um, what I'll do is I'll run through this and get, first of all these back tests going for all this stuff. This whole matrix of things, like what if we use leverage ETFs? I think maybe next week, if you want to, we can go through futures, but I think leverage ETFs will already kind of get us part way towards that goal of what you're thinking of, Mark, right? Would you agree?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Futures
Yeah,
have other advantages, right?
absolutely.
But
Right.
leverage ETFs are pretty good, and leverage ETFs can also go short as well. So, like, I mean, that really does get us pretty close to what futures can do without having to go through all that, right? So I'll run this whole thing with these updates to Ray Dalio's strategy, which I think is not like it needs to be more well diversified. And then we'll run them with leverage ETFs. We'll try to make one with a double leveraged and a triple leveraged, and then we'll run all those back tests, and then we could talk about it next week. And then also separately, I'm going to run a bunch of these bots as well. And hopefully we'll have them actually trade for a little while by the time that we meet up again next week. All right. Cool. Does that sound like a good plan, guys?
Yep, sounds good to me.
Cool. Perfect. Awesome.
Yeah. But I have another call, so I gotta get going. But anyway, talk to you guys later.
Okay. All right. Have a good one.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Have a good night, guys.